Hello, James.
Good evening, Toby.
Thanks very much indeed for joining us. First thing I saw, obviously, when I got to the gate of Gulliver's Valley, is that huge development of buildings that weren't here the last time I was.
Absolutely. Thanks for mentioning this, Toby. I'm delighted to join you.
No, tell us all about it.
Skill Street came out of an idea. How do we change perceptions of industries? How do we broaden ambition and aspirations amongst local people to get into industry? So what we have as a result of that is those large buildings you saw on site at Gulliver's Valley Theme Park that are a world of work learning centre designed to inspire and inform young people, adults, around career opportunities and training pathways locally. So very much built into beyond school, what do we do? But as a sector focus and as a local population focus, how do we encourage more people to know what's on the doorstep in terms of employment, well-being and learning opportunities?
So what's in there then?
In there, it's modelled around a fake high street or a mock high street. So you walk up and down Skill Street and each building on there is a different industry and a different sector, right from energy and renewables to construction to health to advanced manufacturing, and a huge aviation offer that's completely unique in there. So
we got told all about that by Julie.
Fantastic.
Julie Dalton earlier on, who told us that we must come back and do an outside broadcast from there one day, which we'd love to do. Who's it aimed at?
It's aimed at school age in particular, so right from year one upwards, so 6-year-olds, very much going to primary school to think about how they link practical scenario-based activity into understanding what they're learning, right up to the teenage audience in secondary school and beyond that, post-16 into vocational pathways to training, apprenticeships, graduates, but also adults. So everyone, Toby, is the answer there, really. So it's a venue that's very much built on a belief that we need to do everything we can to put people into practical learning environments to understand how they better themselves, how they train, how they learn, and the context behind real-world learning.
Because, of course, one of the things that we see sometimes is the barriers to getting on, the barriers to getting into certain industries are not necessarily real barriers at all. They're just the fact that people don't know about them.
It's just accessing it, Toby, and seeing it in action, isn't it? I mean, we've all presumably sat at school thinking, I'm studying maths, I'm studying science, I'm studying English here. Yeah. What is the purpose of that and how do I apply it to real world beyond school environment? So trying things, making things, mending things, moving things, understanding how you apply those principles to practical activities. That's where the idea of Skill Street came and where the venue was born. So we're left with a really unique concept and a really unique offer that there's nothing else quite like it, and it's right here on our doorstep in South Yorkshire. And
of course there are, again on the doorstep in South Yorkshire, every career is available, isn't it? I mean, we've seen the fantastic things that the Advanced Manufacturing Park, the opportunities that they've opened up is just incredible.
Absolutely. There's so much more on the doorstep, as you mentioned, within touching distance, Toby. So we're getting people out of communities to see more and be more. That's the concept of it. Thinking where we've come from in terms of manufacturing heritage, we have a strong heritage in the region, don't we, of making things globally renowned quality, but changing that perception so young people now understand we've gone from technical industries to becoming a TikTok and a YouTube sensation overnight with nothing in between, but understanding an engineering environment, a manufacturing environment as two prevalent industries. There's innovation in there, there's advanced manufacturing in there, there's future thinking in there, there's coding. It's not what it seems on the surface. The more we can do that, the more people will progress into pathways they want to do.
And you would hope, wouldn't you, that we're getting better at this anyway? I mean, I remember back in 1985 when I was leaving school, and I'm telling people I wanted to be an actor, and then just saying, well, that doesn't work, you've got to join the army, because to shut the pits. Yeah. And that was pretty much the level of my career's advice. And that wasn't good, and we know that wasn't good. We'd like to think we're better than that anyway by now, wouldn't we?
Absolutely, and there's so much out there, and that's part of the problem. How do you navigate a landscape that's increasingly complicated, but people, of course, have access now broadly to technology. So there's so much out there. It's understanding more about what you don't want to do as much as what you do want to do. And having a taster of that by trying something in a 45-minute activity in Skill Street, that's the idea and the concept behind it. So you leave with a better perception and a better understanding of what it's like to work across critical and key industries.
And is this funded by schools, or is it who's behind this?
It's a community interest company, Toby. So one between a charity, a social enterprise. Skill Street exists to better and for the communities around it. So businesses are funding their part in Skill Street as skills investors or skills sponsor partners. So proactive industry investors are creating zones on there that mirror what it's like to work in that sector and that industry environment. So it's built on private sector funding, and partners coming forward to represent their sector and their brand and make it visible amongst South Yorkshire communities and beyond.
I mean, you mentioned there's an aircraft simulator in there. Or Julie mentioned it, yeah. And thinking about it, I get quite nerdy about stuff like that. I love all that kind of stuff. It would never have crossed my mind as a kid that might be a possibility for me. And indeed, it possibly wasn't. But the fact that I could see it and try it may have just given me something else to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. And what we've got in Skill Street is particularly unique in that it's everything across airline management, not just being a pilot, not just being cabin crew. It's thinking about refueling, thinking about travel, thinking about tourism, security, the breadth of opportunity across that key industry in particular, but the opportunity to try it, and most importantly, to have fun. We learn when we have fun, don't we? So they're a really unique opportunity for families as well there. It's not just a school venue, this. It's not just about enhancing education and linking curriculum into practical learning. It's a family venue where people can bring young people as parents, carers, influencers on young people and the future generation to really explore what's out there. And as you say, make people aware that it's not just what's on your street, your estate, your local community and in families. There's so much more opportunity out there.
And, with the reopening Doncaster Sheffield Airport, fingers crossed, people need to be getting ready to be working there, don't they?
Perfect timing, yeah.
Absolutely.
In terms of an airport opportunity and travel and tourism, that's just one sector. We're up at about 15, 16 industries now, Toby, from the ones we mentioned, the manufacturing to health, to energy, aviation, but more the niche areas of that as well, and the relevance of drone pilot, for example, becoming a drone pilot, and the relevance of that multi-industry, not just in aviation. So it's unique. It's on our doorstep. We officially open from October onwards. Our soft launch in the last 7 weeks is not much of a soft launch. We had nearly 2,000 young people in the door already.
Wow.
So very much changing and inspiring that perception of what it's like to work, but also understanding how your skills, your abilities are relevant, regardless of age range, or learning background or style.
Oh, we will come down and have a look at this. It sounds absolutely fascinating. Thanks very much indeed for telling us about it today.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it. Thank you, James. It's 5:30. Let's get some local sports, shall we?